Mine, I am going to Bossa Nova for Hangwire, number 17.
Hangwire.
I,
Okay. Here it is.
it's funny because we were talking about this song, Jason and I said, I don't think I need to include that. If I include Down to the Well, I don't need to include Hangwire because Hangwire, he's not screaming as much. He's doing this weird scream. And then I listened to the album again, and Hangwire really sticks out as a unique tune. And lyrically, I don't know what's going on, but there's a mystery to the Pixies lyrics that I think is part of the charm.
Sure.
And this is a perfect example of that. There's a point when he screams Hangwire a couple of times, and then he says that man is a liar, and he's saying it in this way of like he's accusing me of shit, and I didn't do that. I don't know what the hell that means.
No.
But it creates a weird story in your brain.
Yeah.
His lyrics are so vague that we get to create all of our own meaning. And this song does that for me more than any of the others. I don't know what's going on, but I'm interested. I want to know what it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's great. It's aggressive.
I feel like it's a partner to Down to the Well. And I don't know why. There's no connection to those two, except they're both about going places that don't make sense. Hangwire is a place. No, I guess it's a thing. Never mind. Because he says, if there was a fire, can we scratch beneath this hangwire? And Down to the Well, I feel like, is similar. They're and it's oh, you know what? I'll wait until I do Down to the Well. Never mind.
Okay. All right, so we're on to 16, the holiday song.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah. Come on, Pilgrim.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, for me, yeah, it's excellent.
You hear that guitar?
Yeah.
That acoustic guitar? Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and what you were saying, the production of this was able to bring out all of those to keep the driving forward. Yeah, listen to it here.
It's the first track.
Yeah.
And it comes on like a ton of bricks. It just smashes the audience.
I'm going to hit play. In fact,
Sure.
Because it's faster, too.
Yeah. Yeah, the only weird thing I have to say about this live album is for some odd reason they recorded it very low levels. You have to turn it up louder than everything else when you listen to it.
Which is probably a good thing. You don't want it to... It would be great if there was more consistency throughout the industry.
Right.
Yeah. But I prefer that to something that's been blasted up to full.
Brick wall, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they call it brick wall remastering, yeah.
Yeah.
Great tune.
Yeah.
Again, really weird lyrics. Some of the weirdest.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's incest in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was a kid, I didn't understand half the lyrics, so it was just this strange, dark, unhappy tune that was fast and beat me over the head.
Yeah. That's great.
All right, my 16, Silver off Doolittle. This is a Kim tune. And it's one that I'm going to be very honest, I skipped when I was younger. I would skip this track to get to Gouge Away because it felt weird between Hey and Gouge Away sitting there. Listening to Doolittle through recently stuck out. It's incredible. It's weird. Sounds like a strange soundtrack to a Western that in my mind connects to There Goes My Gun, which is 2 songs before it. This song was actually recorded was going to be recorded for the album Pod by the Breeders, which was the first solo album by Kim Deal. It wasn't really solo. It had Tanya Donnelly from the Throwing Muses in there with her. Their original concept, Tanya and Kim's, was going to be a Western album. And if you listen to the Pod demos, which I think you can find on YouTube, there really are Western. And some of the songs that made it on the Pod are on there, and they sound country Western. It is really interesting. But this song is on those. This was originally going to be on Pod, and I think she pitched it to Frank Black, which apparently she did a lot. And he actually picked up on this one and really liked it. I don't think it was the best choice of all of Kim's songs off the Pod demos.
No, if she presented him all of Pod.
Yeah, like Iris, he could have chosen.
Right,
yeah.
Right, wow.
Yeah. Oh. But yeah. And maybe she did. I have no idea.
I don't know if she did.
Yeah. But it sounds incredible. And Frank's high falsetto behind Kim is incredible.
Really strange.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's playing guitar. I would guess Joey.
Is there two guitars in there?
I don't really hear two. I hear a six string.
It's got to be, well, but it's slide. It's got to be Joey.
It is slide.
Yeah, it's got to be
slide.
Joey.
Yeah.
I've never seen Black Francis play slide. I have seen Joey play slide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
And now I hear two guitars. Yeah.
Yeah. Usually all Pixie songs have two guitars.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's a great tune. All right. So now we're on to 15. Okay, so this is the thing.
Yeah, let's just talk about the single for now.
Yeah, so Valoria came out before Bossa Nova. I didn't buy it. I didn't care. Chris bought it.
I bought the single. I was
That's
so
right,
excited.
Yeah. And he played me The Thing, which I think
It's got a
is
piano.
a really cool song.
It's got a piano. I don't know who played the piano.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Like, is this the only... No, later they had a lot more instruments.
Yeah.
But is this the first Pixies song that isn't just guitars and drums and vocals? I don't know.
Could be.
Yeah.
It could, I don't know, but it really could be.
Oh, Gigantic might have piano in the back.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Part of the reason I enjoy this so much is because he talks about the Great Salt Lake. It's fun. I don't know what it is. It's fun to see popular culture reference your locale and the things you like.
We grew up in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, one of a really good example of this is No Country for Old Men. It's not a movie I love. It's a decent film, but it was filmed in Albuquerque. So when we were sitting in the theater in Albuquerque
New Mexico.
watching...
Oh, no, it was. You're right. They came specifically to the Village Inn we used to go to all the time. Yes, it was filmed in Albuquerque.
Seriously, and then that hotel came up
Yes.
that's on College, or
Yeah.
on Central.
Yep.
And the whole theater was like...
It's true.
You know? I mean, it's so cool that they would do that. So, this references the Great Salt Lake, which was cool. And I don't know why he talks about Southwest so much.
Well, he lived in Santa Fe for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He
He
just
moved
must
around a
have
lot.
liked it.
Yeah, he moved around a lot.
Yeah. It's a fun, weird, bizarre tune, and
I used to know all the lyrical references. It's about a DJ.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a specific DJ it's about, and I don't remember. That was when I was a kid. I knew.
Ah.
I read about all that shit, and I can't remember it now.
It wasn't Wolfman Jack, was it?
I don't remember. I
Okay.
don't want to say anything.
Okay.
I do want to say about the single really quick. Valoria is just a Pixies tune. Make Believe is, I believe, sung by David Lovering. I think it's the second
be.
song by him. He's the one that does La La Love You off of Doolittle, which is not on either of our lists, but a lot of people absolutely love it. I've Been Waiting for You is another Kim song.
Oh.
So that is a really wild single.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Okay, my 15 is Down to the Well. We already spoke about it when Jason had it a little bit lower. I love this song because, well, we already talked about it a little bit, but one of the things I love about it is I don't that mystery again. I don't quite know what's going on lyrically, but apparently everything changes when you go down to the well. I don't know if it's sexual. I don't know if it's spiritual. I don't know if it's supernatural, but some shit goes on when you go down to the well. And apparently it's like a coming of age thing for this weird world that Frank Black lives in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I really need to add since we already did it.
Cool. Okay, so now we're on to number 14.
Oh my god. We both had the same number 14.
Sweet.
That's crazy that happened. I didn't know if it would.
Yeah. Yeah, Cactus.
Cactus.
Yeah.
The David Bowie covered song.
Right. David Bowie covered this tune.
It's right up there.
Yeah. It's an excellent tune. And I'm glad David Bowie chose it because it's different. It's kind of weird compared to most of the stuff on this album.
This sticks out.
It does, yeah. It's cool.
A lot of desire for clothes in this tune.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fetish or he just really misses her.
That's what I always took it for.
Yeah.
Is that he really misses her.
Yeah.
But it could be both with Black Francis on Surfer Rosa.
Yeah, it's really dark and it's about a long distance relationship, and we moved a bit when we were in high school and college, and it's cool, man. It's a really good tune.
Yeah, and it's funny that he references that she might be dead.
Right. How would you know?
He doesn't even know if she's alive because they're so long distance. Like if they don't contact you,
the letter
then,
that you're writing doesn't mean you're not dead.
Yeah. What a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same for me. 14 is Cactus.
Excellent. All right, on to 13. For me, it's the Sad Punk.
Oh, Trombone. This was a song I tried to convince Jason to come back to the Pixies with.
Definitely. That's what all these later ones are. And they're great tunes.
Oh, my God.
They're great tunes. And the weird thing that I noticed, this is the first example of this. I have another one a little bit later.
Right there. 4.
This is a traditional, if you can even use that word for punk rock.
No, UMass, you're talking about. Wrong song.
No, this is
really?
a traditional 3-chord, that bomb, bam, bam.
The opening, yeah.
Yeah, that's punk rock.
Yeah.
And I don't have examples, which it's weird when you hear something, you're like, I've heard that a million times. It's just classic punk, straight up.
Until the middle.
Yeah, definitely. The tune is 3 minutes long, and there's nothing punk about that.
No. If you cut out the middle, it'd be a traditional 1.5 minute.
Yeah.
But he did. I mean, this is. Well, we'll give it to him.
And the way it drives on. I mean, it's hardcore. It's great. It's great. It's traditional. I think he's a genius at taking old ideas and making them his own, which everybody does. There's nothing new. Shakespeare said there's nothing new. There's definitely nothing new now.
Somebody said that before Shakespeare.
Oh, geez. Probably, yeah. So, yeah, it's excellent punk rock.
So, I just want to say that for me, this song is the map of everything Modest Mouse did afterwards. And I do not want you guys to think this is Modest Mouse hate, because I actually listen to a lot of Modest Mouse and enjoy it very much. But those guys were seriously inspired by the Pixies. When the album We Were Dead Before the Ship Ever Sank by Modest Mouse came out, they were playing it in Hastings. I'm dating myself there.
Hastings.
Yeah. And I called Jason and I was like, oh my God, I think there's a new Pixies out and it sounds incredible. I thought it was the Pixies. That first song, "March into the Sea," which is literally about evolution, and this is about extinction. You could make a loop of these two, and they tell a complete story. I believe that this song highly inspired that album. We Were Dead Before the Ship
No
Even
question.
Sank.
You listen to Modest Mouse at all, and
Yeah.
you're hearing the Pixies.
Yeah,
And the same
absolutely.
thing happened to me. I was like, okay, that song's not good. Oh, he's screaming. That song's good. I mean, it was exactly the same thing.
And I disagree with him on that, too.
Right. Exactly
I like
the
the
same.
non-screaming songs as well.
All right, just real quick, I have to say, Wave of Mutilation. It's not on any of our lists. For me, it was a real down point for the band.
What made you bring that up?
We're not going to talk about it if I don't get it real quick.
Oh, okay.
It was on the film
It's a radio
Pump Up the Volume.
Pump Up the Volume.
Yes, Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. It was a great movie.
It boosted. This was when I was really into the Pixies, and it boosted the Pixies.
Oh, it totally did.
Huge.
And you could argue, if you were really cynical about what the Pixies turned into, which some people might be, you could argue that the success of that is what made them change.
Did either of us put the other big movie song on here?
I don't know. We better talk about...
Yeah. So that did exactly what David Fincher did to the Pixies when he did "Where Is My Mind."
Yeah. And that's not on either of us?
No, I didn't put it on my list.
That's kind of surprising.
Again, I'm just going to say I chose what sounded good to me now, and "Where Is My Mind" is one of my favorite Pixies songs from when I was a kid, but I overplayed it. I overplayed it, so it didn't. I started finding hidden gems that I didn't care about as a kid, and those came up a lot more. "Where Is My Mind," solid Pixies song, really incredible. Should be on these lists. Didn't put them on because we overplayed them as kids. But David Fincher, I believe David Fincher putting "Where Is My Mind" in Fight Club is the only reason that people still talk about the Pixies today. Maybe somebody find offense to that. I don't know.
Well, that's a little extreme.
That's probably extreme.
But I believe it's the reason they got back together.
I do too.
I'm going to say
the reunion tour, I think, happened because people were interested again.
Yeah.
I mean, it skyrocketed the Pixies back into fame. And I do think David Bowie and Tom York and all these people would still be talking about the Pixies.
I think so.
Even if that film didn't come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that gave it to a whole new audience.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that loved Fight Club loves the buildings blowing up to the sound of "Where Is My Mind."
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And I think this is an example where we could say the film made the tune more successful.
It was a deep track before the movie.
Right.
It was a deep Surfer Rosa track before the movie.
Right. Because he doesn't scream, which is a dumb thing to say, but it's completely
Just
true.
like Cactus. Cactus is a deep,
Right.
deep Surfer Rosa track.
Right.
That David Bowie, I think, brought to the attention.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, of a lot of people. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so we talked about some movies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now it's to... Is it to me?
No, you just did Sad Punk.
Good.
So I'm going to do my number 13, "I Bleed" off of Doolittle.
Okay, I Bleed off of Doolittle. All right, here we are.
So, number one, I went gothy when I was a kid, a teenager. This got some vampire shit going on in here. I don't quite know what is going on, but
He talks about...
as vampires feed, I bleed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is some dark stuff. Like, people are bleeding, and it's getting weird. I love that in the first chorus of this tune, Black Francis says, "I bleed low," and Kim Deal is singing "I bleed" behind him in a higher voice. But the second chorus, Kim is saying "I bleed" in a lower register, and Black Francis is singing in his falsetto above Kim. They switch who does the high part and who does the low part in this tune, and it sounds incredible. It really does. Try to play a little bit of the first chorus and then the second chorus. Okay. Great bass in this song as well.
yeah, they were really getting good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were always pretty good with their instruments. Frank Black is crazy on that guitar.
Oh my God, he's
but they
fast.
got better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Kim Deal in this song.
So is Kim Deal doing the high part?
She's doing Behind My Smile, but here's the I Bleed.
Okay. It should be. So Black Francis is saying, I bleed.
Yeah.
Now go to the second chorus.
Yeah, he's screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing
Yeah, he
I
popped
bleed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a great tune.
It's so good.
It's a
They
great tune, man.
Kim and Black Francis sound great together. They did from the beginning.
Yeah, they do.
They really sound good together.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to enough to hear the new bassist for the Pixies and how well they sound together, but I've heard great things on the internet about how well they sound together. But Kim and Black Francis, they sounded so good together.
Yeah, it's the two of them on the front line when it comes to just your initial listen.
Yeah.
Even Monkey Gone to Heaven,
Yeah.
she's there.
Yep.
And it's so weird because Gigantic just didn't capture me. Because I would figure, being a young male,
And especially how much we love Kim Deal.
yeah,
Yeah.
and being a young male, hearing that, I would be like, oh my gosh, who is this band? I just didn't care.
Huh.
I don't know why. But the minute I heard Monkey Gone to Heaven and Kim Deal was back there,
Yeah.
I was like, I
Yeah.
love this.
I don't know if Gigantic would have gotten me into the Pixies because I heard Monkey Gone to Heaven first.
Oh,
Um,
right.
I absolutely love the guitars at the end of Gigantic, especially. I think Kim sounds beautiful in that tune. But you're right. I don't know if it's Black Francis screaming was so unique.
Oh, man.
It's what pulled me in. Joey's guitars I appreciate more now than I
Right.
did as a kid. It was all Black Francis screaming. I mean, that was
Yeah.
it. That was
That aggression was so...
the weird lyrics, the crazy aggression. We'll talk about it when we get into some of the other earlier Come On Pilgrim tunes, but there's weird shit going on.
Are we on to 12?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so number 12 for me is Honey Pie.
Ooh, a rare one.
Yeah,
This is our cover song,
yeah,
says Kim.
yeah, that's...
I think you'll hear it if you play it.
Yeah, here we go.
This is a cover song.
Yeah.
Did she say this is our cover
Yeah,
song?
yeah. It's just crazy.
It makes perfect sense.
And it's the two of them. He's screaming, she's singing. It's...
And if you're familiar at all with the Beatles' Wild Honey Pie, which this is a cover, this makes perfect sense because musically it's all correct. This is what the Beatles do, but the Beatles don't do it like this,
Right.
man.
And it'd be the same thing on Pod, listening to...
Yeah, Happiness is a Warm Gun, yes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Incredible tune.
Yeah.
Only, I believe this is the only place you can get that. I don't think I heard it anywhere else.
Did they do it? Oh, yeah, they did. Oh, no.
No, they always do the other one.
Yeah, you're right. In Heaven is everywhere, but Honey Pie,
I felt
Yeah.
like I had heard Honey Pie when I was a kid.
I don't know.
But I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
If you know, comment below and tell us
Where the heck Honey
if
Pie
Honey
is.
Pie was released before this live album.
Yeah.
All right.
Or after. Is it anywhere?
This is our cover song. Number 12 for me is the holiday song. We've already talked about it. It's off of Come On Pilgrim. It is absolutely incredible song.
Yeah, it's cool.
Opener of that concert.
11 for me, I'm going to butcher this, sorry. Isla de Encanta.
Isla de Encanta.
Yeah. Come On Pilgrim. Play a bit of this.
I'm going to say this is their most punk rock. There's another one, but this is one of their most
This
punk
is
rock tunes.
Awesome. And this scream just knocks you down. It's crazy. I love the fact that it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah, he spent some time in Puerto Rico, I think, or no, that's where.
Was
maybe,
it Puerto Rico?
maybe he spent some time. Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
I want to, and then the pause, and then the build up through, and it's just great and influential. But I want to get to the scream. It's got to be, yeah, it's right here. It's great. It's crazy. I don't even know what he's doing. But it's excellent. It's excellent.
That's from the soul, man. That just screams from the soul.
It's insane.
There's a documentary on the live DVD we were talking about, and he talks about playing somewhere. He mentioned where he was playing, and there was like a classical band playing there before the Pixies or something, like classical music. And he talked to one of these older fellas, and the guy walked up to him and said, "Boy, you sure can holla." And man, that about sums it up.
Yeah, holy cow.
All right, 11. This is a big one for me. Break My Body, second track on Surfer Rosa. When I was a kid, the second half of Surfer Rosa was the best part of the album. The first stuff was awesome. I didn't skip it. But the second half was where I went, Where Is My Mind? Cactus.
Tony's theme.
Yeah, I'm Amazed. Those were the best on the album for me. This has kind of changed. I put this, Surfer Rosa was the first one I put on in my car in this kind of revival once we decided to do this video. And I turned that thing up as loud as I could take it. And the first half was incredible. And one of the reasons it was incredible is because for me, this showcases everybody in the band. This song is a perfect example. Number one, Joey is doing incredible guitar work throughout this. He's got this kind of surf, fast pick going on right at the beginning. And then Kim and Black Francis sound great together. Black Francis almost screams every line. And the drums, and again, this is half Steve Albini, but it's also the fact that David Lovering is an absolutely incredible drummer. For me, the quintessential Pixies are the first side of Surfer Rosa. When I come back to these guys later and listen to them again, I'm going to listen to the first half of Surfer Rosa every time, I swear.
What's that?
Does he do the fast picking at the beginning of this?
Not really.
Maybe
It's
I'm
got
thinking of a song. Yeah, I'm thinking of a different song.
But it's great. It's really great. Yeah, and there's Kim. Yeah, just an excellent tune.
Yeah.
Very well produced.
Yeah.
They were lucky that they got him, because he could have.
Oh, Albini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just vanished right there
Yeah.
if they weren't careful.
Yeah.
You know. All right, what number was that? Oh, we're on to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, we made
Top
it to
10.
the top 10.
Good Lord. 6
Okay.
hours later.
Yeah. All right. So for me, in the top 10 is She Weird? I grabbed it from a BBC instead of grabbing the version that you grabbed
Yep.
earlier. Right. I'm going
Which
to just
is-
play a second of it. It's an awesome tune.
It is. It's. Did we decide it's a little faster?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And less instrumentation.
Right. It is. I don't know how to put it. It's thinned out. It's
Yeah, the chugging.
Focused.
Yeah.
yeah. It's more driving and less full, I guess.
Yeah. My 20, his 10.
I'm gonna jump to here.
Naomi's 2.
Oh, he screws up. I also like that. he swears in the middle because he made a mistake. The driving aggression. It just sounds amazing.
Naomi asked me why he's saying she's white.
Is she weird? Is she white?
Yeah, and I said I think it's because of goth paleness. Because he's got Subculture, which he talks about paleness. He's got Surfer Rosa, Bone Machine, where he talks about the paleness of skin. And not just the paleness. He talks about the color of skin over and over and over again. Right. Tan or brown or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think he's referring to paleness in this, but that was a question that completely threw me
right,
off.
Sure.
Why is he saying she's white?
Yeah. Why has she got to be white?
Right? All right. Number 10 for me is Gouge Away. Off of Doolittle, the closing track on Doolittle. When I saw the Pixies live, Pere Ubu opened for them. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that band.
That's all we ever said.
Yeah. And when they did this song, they brought the keyboardist from Pere Ubu up to do it with them. And later he did keyboards for Trompe Le Monde. But hearing it with that organ... which I have not been able to find a live copy of that has that organ.
Oh.
It couldn't have just been the Albuquerque show that they
no,
did
because
that.
Pere Ubu would have traveled with him.
Yeah. And they used him as the keyboardist for their next record. But this is, in my opinion, the song that most sums up where they're going. There's more screaming than the later stuff, but it's almost prog rock. It's really it's unique to the Pixies, I feel.
Weird lyrics.
That's not unique to the Pixies. For the Pixies, all of them are weird. We talked about Epic and the end of Hey.
Yeah.
I feel like this is going towards that epicness that was explored much more on Bossa Nova.
Yeah, well, and you've got Joey's weird solo before the chorus. Yeah. It's like they're kind of telling a story as they move through.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, this was a new way forward for the Pixies. And I think it's the way they went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Number 9.
Okay. All right. So now I'm on to I Bleed.
I Bleed.
And you already did that.
We did that, yeah.
So that was awesome. It's a great
Anything else you wanted to say about it?
No, I don't think so.
All right. My number 9 is The Happening. Off of Bossa Nova.
Okay.
It's long. How long is it?
4:19.
Yeah, that's long for a Pixies tune. It's screamy. I think that if we sat down and marked screams, there's a lot more screaming songs on this album than Jason realizes. Also, and I didn't realize this. This is funny. I listened to The Thing a million times, which we talked about earlier, which is the one with the piano, where they talk about the shores of Great Salt Lake. When I was listening to this record, and I first heard The Happening, when I was listening to the Bossa Nova for the first time, The Happening felt nostalgic for me, and I couldn't figure out why. And it's because I in my young age, I didn't realize the second half of this is the same song, The Thing, that's on the single for Valoria that I'd already heard 100 times.
And played for me 100
yeah.
times. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was the same song because the music's different behind it. The lyrics are the same, but I don't listen to a lot of Black Francis's lyrics because I can't understand half of them. But this is about Area 51. It's space rock. And I think the way he opens this verse is incredible. Let's give it a listen. What does very strange mean?
Just the opening.
I don't remember it. I just remember it.
They got a ranch.
Yeah, good. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just doing that. Do, do, do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They got a ranch they call.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the story is, I think, that eventually the aliens land on the Vegas Strip.
Mm-hmm. And you heard a little bit of the thing in that chorus,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And then they go back to the happening,
Yeah.
and then we finally make it actually to the thing.
Yeah.
And the only reason I didn't choose this version is because that guitar solo going over the top doesn't blend unless you pick the whole thing.
Ah,
Do you know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just don't know the happening very well.
Right.
so-
Yeah.
But yeah, this is.
Class.
I don't even know if they re-recorded it.
I have no idea either. You're saying they could have used the same vocal track?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's lots of difference in the music, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
It sounds good.
All right, 8.
8. Okay, rock music, bossa nova.
Oh, we were really close on
So,
that one.
this is another example that you were talking about earlier. This is another example of him taking an idea and making it his own. I don't know what song this is, but it keeps me up at night trying to remember what other tunes have this kind of. Hopefully, I'm talking about the right thing. I'm not talking about the right thing.
I
I'm
don't
like,
think
dang
you
it! All right, I'm going to start the song. I think I'm thinking of UMass.
You are.
Yeah. No, this is just an excellent tune.
Yeah. So, I'll give it a minute. And then let me know.
Yeah.
We had the lyrics completely wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just aggressive and crazy. And I know they used it as the opener for a few of their concerts. And
Yeah, the concert I saw, they used it as an opener.
Nice.
And let me tell you, I've never been to a concert before, and I'm standing there, and Para Ubu's done. And Para Ubu blew my mind because it was loud and live music, and I'd never really heard. I mean, I'd heard a lot of live music with Denzel
Right.
and everything, but
Yeah.
but
we have
never that
family
loud.
members who are in bands.
Yeah. But when they came out and started playing rock music, a song that I knew and loved already, I can't even describe the excitement. And in a very funny twist of events, they screwed up after the first couple of phrases, and Black Francis was like, "Oh no, we fucked up," and said, "Let's do it again." And all the Pixies got up and went backstage. We cheered, and they came back out and started the concert over. It's the first time I'd seen any of them. I hadn't seen a lot of pictures of them or anything. They were just normal people. It was incredible. I feel like this is a sister tune to Something Against You.
Yeah. You could easily
Yeah,
say that.
and it's really funny because there's a documentary on the live DVD, and they talk about the Pixies, and as they talk about Come on Pilgrim and Surfer Rosa, they play songs from the live show that are on those albums behind the documentary. When they get to Bossa Nova, they don't have any more songs to play because that concert was recorded way before Bossa Nova. So it was really funny to me. They start talking about rock music, and in the background, they start playing Something Against You,
Oh, wow.
just to say that this is a very similar song.
Yeah,
And
we can't get one of those, so we're just going to...
it's funny that a lot of people said that this album was so much weaker than the original ones, and it has probably one of the heaviest songs on any of their records. That one and
Absolutely.
Something Against You are just so heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no idea what it's about. I don't even
No.
know if I know the lyrics.
We looked up the lyrics.
Yeah, and they were strange.
Yeah,
Your mouth is far. I thought it was "Come on, I'll break your bones." When I was growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, man.
Oh,
Okay, so that was my...
I feel like I took over. Do you have anything you want to say about rock music?
No, it's just
Alright.
excellent. Yeah.
So this is funny. My number 8 is "Dead" off of Doolittle, and it's. Should we just say It's also Jason's
Yeah.
number 7.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that works.
These are kind of
perfectly.
back to back.
Also, it's my daughter's number 1. I played her all of Doolittle. She didn't like any of it, but Dead, she absolutely adored. Don't know why. And she loves Modest Mouse, by the way, so she should be all about the Pixies. But Dead.
It's got a bit of an intro.
Oh, is it not doing the...
Not yet.
Okay. Is it... I can't think of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, strange, cool. It's got a kind of a strange bridge, which isn't my favorite part, but man, I really love this tune.
It's a great tune. And
Yeah.
it's a tune that allows us to talk about Joey.
Yeah.
He can screech a guitar like nobody else, man. It is crazy, the sounds. Vamos, watching him do the Vamos solo, that slide with his hand, it's so
And where did we
good.
watch that?
We saw it on Loud, Quiet, Loud documentary.
That's where we saw the can?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the can, or was that just...
That wasn't the can. You haven't. I don't think you saw the can. That was me watching.
It's outdoors, isn't
Yeah.
it? I've
You
seen
did see.
Yeah.
It was when we were looking for the Perfect '89 video.
Oh, so
Yeah.
there's just a few...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible. But yeah, this song, Joey's guitar is the first thing that Naomi said, I like this. It was right when that guitar came in. And the minute he stopped doing that on the guitar in that bridge, which I don't think is as weird as they do, Naomi's like, I don't like this as much. And then the guitar came back and she said, I love this.
I'm going to play just a little bit of that bridge.
Okay.
Because you're right, it's not a big deal. It's just a little bit different.
I think it changes key.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it goes from a minor to a major.
Yeah.
It's a mood change.
Yeah. Uriah hit the crapper.
Yeah.
I don't
Whatever that means.
I don't know.
So I believe. Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
I got to check this.
Okay.
I knew something about this lyric back in the day when I loved everything the Pixies did. Thomas Crapper was an English plumber and businessman. So I'm not gonna be able to find it. There's something historical
Weird.
about Uriah hit the crapper.
Weird.
And I don't remember what it is. I will research and check back with you guys.
Wow.
If you know, put it in the comments below.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So that was your number 8, my number 7.
On to my number 7, which is the Sad Punk, which we already talked about a bunch off Trop Le Monde.
Sad Punk, yes.
Yeah.
Good.
And when I was a kid, I believed that proved once again to Jason that the Pixies still had it.
And they did. They did. They did. You were right.
But not all the time.
Not all the time. All right. My number 6 is Caribou.
Ah.
I love this tune.
So we both believed.
Did you already do this?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we had the lyrics wrong.
I always thought it was Red Hands, and so did Jason.
I did. I thought he was saying red hands. But he's saying repent.
We looked it up, and it's Repent. And now you hear it. I'll never hear Red Hands again.
Sure. And it makes it more epic.
Yeah, but I thought it was about like murder and
Oh, yeah. You
blood
thought it
on
was
his
blood.
hands.
I
yeah.
thought he just worked his hands too hard on the road.
Yours
I don't
makes
know.
more sense. Repent.
It's so weird and so aggressive and crazy, and it's a little slower than some of the other stuff. But man, it just builds this weird feeling. I don't know.
Yeah, and it seems meaningful to him. Every time I
Yeah.
see him do this in concert, there's even the modern tours. He gets very emotional when he sings this. This one, Unchained, and
Yes, yes.
whatever that one's called. Hey,
Yeah.
from the beginning, and if you, I think both of these songs, Hey and Caribou, are performed on the DVD we keep talking about, live at the Town and Country Club. You see it in that video. I mean, these tunes are big for him,
Yeah.
and they're really incredible.
Yeah.
All right, number 6 for me is River Euphrates from Surfer Rosa again. The first half of Surfer Rosa, ride a tire down the River Euphrates. The Euphrates at the time, I think, was a highly political, problematic area.
Oh.
So I like this weird juxtaposition of him talking about the River Euphrates, but making it sound like a fun river ride. I don't know if I'm correct about that. If I'm wrong, let us know. And Joey.
Yeah. Yep, and Kim singing, and
And those drums. And
Yeah.
It's just so full.
they're working hard.
That chorus. It's one of my favorite choruses. And I didn't know as a kid, I'm not going to lie, I didn't know he was saying ride a tire down River Euphrates.
I thought he was saying tiger.
Ride a tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
No,
know why.
I only looked that up in my adult life. I had no idea. I don't think I knew what the River Euphrates was.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So it was just a bunch of nonsense. But again, a great tune on a stretch of an album that's just incredible.
All right, top 5.
Top 5.
Wow. Okay, so now we're to UMass.
Yes.
Now I can talk about this rock and roll tune that I cannot remember for the life of me. The structure of this song has been
Even
used.
the chord progression, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been used many, many times, and I don't have an example, but man, this is good. I feel like the Stones have something like this. The Kinks have something like this.
Green Day has something like that.
Probably. And it just keeps going, keeps going.
It's funny, when I was a kid, this was one of my favorite Pixies tunes. Didn't really connect with me this time, and I think it's very simple. And I will admit, the last 5, him screaming "It's educational," is incredible. But I think musically, it's very simplistic.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that lyrically, it's I didn't get it. It's really kind of dumb. I guess it's just about being a college student.
Yeah, it's a tribute, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that one did not make it on my
But the
top.
structure, that's what fascinates me, is the fact that I can hear this tune and know
I think it might go back to the 50s.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Know that it's coming from rock and roll.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what it is because he owns it.
I wonder if somebody that really knew music would be like, it's just 154.
I feel like Denzel, our father Denzel,
Yeah.
who's played in many bands. I feel like he would be like, "Oh, it sounds like this and this."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, maybe we should ask him.
We should, yeah.
Yeah, but weird lyrics.
Yeah, I don't understand the lyrics.
Yeah.
I don't. I know he talks about the school he went to.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he graduated from that school.
I don't think he did.
No?
No, I
Did
think
he
they
drop
quit
out?
to, yeah. He went to Puerto Rico
Oh, yeah.
and got bored of his semester abroad and wrote to Joey and dearest Joey and said, we got to do this band if we're going to do this band, and they moved to
gotta do it
Boston.
now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So.
But catchy too.
Yeah.
As a
Oh,
kid,
yeah.
I absolutely adored it. My top 5. Number 5, Planet of Sound. For me, okay, this is going to get a little esoteric. We'll
Okay.
listen to this.
Do it.
Do it first?
Yeah. Do it.
Okay. I think this is a direct response to Pink Floyd's oh no, what's that Saucer Full of Secrets first track?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, this might be too far. I'll play it for a minute.
Oh, okay. I'm going to play it for a minute. Yeah, this is a nice tune. I love the way this...
Kim's bass.
Uh-huh. They got so good.
Yeah.
They got so good.
And that weird effect on Black
On his
Rancic's
voice.
voice sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And he screams like crazy.
I'm going to jump to the next chorus so we can hear the scream.
Okay.
It's awesome, especially with the effect.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a vibrato effect, is my guess. So, Let There Be More Light, kind of a deeper track on Pink Floyd's 1968 album Saucer Full of Secrets. Just this incredible bass line followed by a song about aliens, and I think this is full circle from that. I think that this is the Pixies as a space rock band, and I absolutely love space rock. It rocks. It talks. It has a crazy story about him traveling from planet to planet and all the weird aliens he meets. One planet, the aliens tell him to go away, and there's nobody around, so that he just hears like a disembodied voice. It's like, get out. Too bad we can't stay. Right? I mean, it's just a crazy tune. I really enjoy it. It was the lead single. I believe maybe Head On was. I might be wrong about that. It was one of the lead singles from Tromplemont, an album that had a lot of singles released. I swear, like, I felt like half this record before it came out. And it just, in my opinion, well, I guess it is. It's my favorite song off of Tromplemont. The Sad Punk is incredible, but Planet of Sound is in my top 5.
Nice. All right. Number 4 for me is Tame. So it's weird. Going through this album, I was just like, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. It was kind of strange that it bounced back and forth like that. But Tame is my number 4. Strange lyrics.
Sexual, erotic, yeah.
It is a very erotic
It's
thing.
that teenage angst.
Yeah.
Very male.
Yeah. 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 Dang. The way it just explodes like that.
I think this is where the concept of loud, quiet, loud came from.
Yeah,
it's
straight up.
This tune.
I mean, you cannot understate the influence.
Yeah.
I mean,
Modest Mouse.
And I don't know
Please bury
why-
me with it. Structurally, it's this.
yeah.
Sorry.
And I just don't know why people weren't doing it earlier.
Right.
I don't know.
Why the punks were just like, let's be loud all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It-
Definitely
it-
be loud all the time.
It took Black Francis to go, well, how about we do it like quiet than loud? I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when he talks about it, he's like, I didn't know I invented anything. I just thought that we'll have this little part and then it'll blow up.
Right.
It seems obvious. It does.
Yeah, it really does.
It does. Again, this is another song that if my 15-year-old self was here and saw that it wasn't on my list, I'd be in big trouble. Again, I just overplayed it. It's like UMass to me. I know that song was incredible, and I overplayed it, and I can't do anything with it. Number 4, Bone Machine. Man, the first time I put on that record, I think I listened to it on a Walkman, Surfer Rosa, and that drum beat kicks in. I've never heard drums so crisp and so in the room with you. And then, of course, just like I said with Everything, that's the wrong album.
Oh. Yeah. Good call.
Everything else I've said about the beginning of Surfer Rosa, all the band is at top form right here.
Yeah, the drums are probably the hardest to capture.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, they are absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a band and I use programmed drums. I have to. I mean, there's no way.
Without a true studio.
Yeah.
And mics and,
Yeah. The drum is the hardest instrument to record. Unless you're Steve Albini.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Great chorus. I don't know why there's a bone theme and a fighting theme through the first half of Surfer Rosa, but there really is.
Yeah.
Bones and fights. Because your bones got a little machine, and then in Break My Body, you got Break My Body, Hold My Bones. Something Against You is a fight song. Broken Face is losing a fight. This might be a concept record.
That's great. That's a good
Classic.
one.
Classic.
Yeah. Okay, so number 3 for me is In Heaven.
They don't say it's their cover song, but it's their cover song.
Yeah. So this is a David Lynch tune.
Eraserhead, right?
Yeah, Eraserhead.
Isn't he staring into the radiator and there's a little tiny girl in there
Yeah,
singing?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I believe it's called the Radiator Song.
The Lady in the Radiator song
Yeah.
is what I've always... But I think
Yes.
that's in parentheses. I think it's called In Heaven.
Oh.
The Lady in the Radiator
Yeah,
song.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen
Yeah,
Eraserhead.
let me check. Yeah. Apparently it's
this
all
tune-
about fatherhood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gone wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just... He accidentally hits the microphone stand. That's why it cuts out like that.
We've watched this a lot.
Yeah.
Also covered by a lot of bands.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The Bauhaus did it. Devo did it.
Oh, wow. So he just builds. When Kim does it later, she just does it just like the lady.
film. Because she
Yeah.
sounds like it. Yeah.
Right. But when he does it, he just flips out.
Yeah, cut to the end.
Well, he's screaming.
Oh, is he already going?
He's already
but it's
doing-
nothing compared to the end, man.
Oh, yeah, the song ends here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you were at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that there's the whole clapping.
Yeah. That's just crazy. It's so good. And I love that they grabbed a David Lynch tune.
Yeah.
You know? Because he's also got the slicing up eyeballs thing.
Yeah, Unshine Andalou, which is a
Yeah.
film by, and that's the chorus for Debaser, which I never knew. Unshine Andalusia. I don't know why he did that Alusia at the end. It might mean something, but he's referencing Unshine Andalou and Debaser. And I don't remember who that film's by.
No, I don't
An older filmmaker.
Oh, definitely. I think it's a silent film. almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it freaked people out because he cuts a cow eyeball open.
All right.
We had technical difficulties.
Yeah. We're back. Sorry. The camera shut off, but we still had the sound.
We're going to keep the sound.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we can remember everything we said. And this is more like a podcast anyway. So
Yeah, and there's no point. We're like this big. I mean, yeah.
just listen. Did you want to talk about the Unshine Honolulu?
Oh, yeah, just real quick. It freaked everybody out because they showed a person with a razor open up her eyeball, put the razor right there, and then, of course, they cut to, which was shocking at the time, they could edit, they cut to a cow's eye getting sliced. So it's like the story of the first movie where they filmed a train coming toward the camera and it passed the camera. But as it came toward the camera, everyone in the audience jumped up and ran towards the wall because they didn't want to get hit by the train, you know?
That's not the first movie, though.
No.
Okay.
It was a very early film.
Yeah, I guess that eyeball cutting is the first gory movie.
It could be.
Yeah,
It
who
could be.
knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah.
Special effects.
But
man.
it was a good example of editing affecting. Yeah.
But Black Francis is obviously into some crazy film. Yeah, because he took this David Lynch tune in Heaven.
Good. So that's my number 3 in Heaven.
Good. My number 3, one we've already talked about a tiny little bit, is Something Against You. Again, the first half of Surfer Rosa, so good.
And this is also my number 2. So these are back to back again.
Yeah.
So 3 and 2 here.
I think the angriest song Black Francis has ever done.
And it's a nice use of the guitar into the drums with the bass kicking in.
Punk.
And he's got some kind of weird microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever he does it live, he's got a regular microphone and then he's got this kind of bullet mic looking thing on the side of his mic. And the Breeders actually use it for Cannonball. She does through a really distorted mic. I think she got that from Black Francis.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Aggressive craziness. Awesome.
Yeah, that's my number 3. That's your number 2. My number 2. Ooh, controversial. In our family, I guess.
Well, it could be to half the world.
I don't know.
Half the old people in the world.
Yeah, I chose All Over the World off of Bossa Nova.
Okay.
So this, I'm going to be honest, the first part is just a fun Pixies tune. No screaming.
5.5 minutes.
But it is the Pixies epic. It is insanely long. And the long part is the end, where they just do a moody instrumental that that Kim eventually sings over. And I don't know the lyrics. She says, "All my hope," I believe, "all my heart." But she just kind of lists these things almost in a Pink Floyd Eclipse sort of way. It
all
is.
that you touch, all that you feel.
Yeah,
kind of
I think this is probably the most prog that the Pixies ever got. So what I want you to do, Jason, is play it, but go to 3-minute mark.
Okay.
Because the song is just a song, but from 3 minutes on, a little bit more. Yep, right there. They really create a mood with this.
They've got that sample in the background.
Yeah, he's like talking about something in the background through that distorted mic. That probably the same thing
you're
he
probably
used
right.
from Something Against You, and it's a mood that I don't get from the Pixies a lot. I feel like, hey,
Yeah.
the change
little bit
part,
like Hey.
is a very. Can you fast forward until Kim sings?
Yeah.
It takes a bit. She's near the end. Yeah.
Man, he might be doubling it too.
Yeah, oh, I think he's singing with her. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But she's the more prominent. I don't know. I was listening to the Pixies again in my car, and this came on, and I had more of an emotional response. Maybe it's just because I'm older. Maybe I'm getting old. I had really a strong emotional response to this part of the Pixies. A part that we didn't hear very often, that I think is slightly akin to Chained, and its epic quality. But just it's something that I found. For me, it's the best part of bossa nova.
Mm.
And the happening is incredible. But
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So number 1 for me is Nimrod's Son. Back up here. Yeah, I latched onto this the minute I heard it, and it's just been...
Acoustic guitar, evil Joey.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been my
Wrong
favorite.
song.
Wrong song. Here we go.
There we go. Probably the most iconic lyrics.
Mm. It's probably the most straightforward, I guess.
Well, yeah, just everybody knows. Everybody stops and he says, "Doing the son of a motherfucker."
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, that is
Yeah.
classic,
Yeah.
shocking Black Francis Pixies. It's his weirdness, man. It's about incest. That acoustic guitar is incredible, and Joey's guitar on there.
Mm-hmm.
They slowed it down way slow in the newer stuff. Was not a big fan.
Yeah, I think I skipped the... No, maybe it's here. No, it's here. Just the screen.
Oh,
The end. It's
Yeah.
just crazy.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good one for me.
I'm on the same record. Enough cannot be said about how good Come On Pilgrim is. It's already been on Jason's list. My number 1 is Caribou.
Mm-hmm. We're back to the red hands.
Red Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's man, like I said earlier, he's very emotional in this tune. There's something really meaningful to this tune to him, or maybe to me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I absolutely love this song. It sums up a lot. Well, and Jason wouldn't let me just put the first side of Surfer Rosa as my number 1, which is what I initially really wanted to do. Just
We
side
do try
A.
to mix it up a little,
Yeah.
because we don't want to be like, I like this one, and then this whole album.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but no, this one to me sums up the Pixies' first incarnation. Like Planet of Sound sums up the second incarnation. Caribou sums up the next one. Open your thing again. In my top 5, I don't think there was anything by Doolittle.
Let's see, Doolittle. But,
Yours is Nothing from Bossa Nova.
yeah, and I do want to reinstate
interesting.
the importance. I mean, they basically have 5 releases.
Yeah,
So if you kind of try to take one from each so you can spread it around,
yeah,
you might miss something.
yeah. I just think it's interesting. I think that Doolittle I overplayed to such an extent that it was hard for me to, I mean, I don't even have Tame on here.
Yeah, that's the interesting.
I'd be in big trouble with
Yeah.
15-year-old Chris.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, it's so strange. It was a fun journey. It's funny because we could have whipped this out in under an hour a month ago.
Sure.
But when you brought this up, to me, this is such an iconic band of my youth and my childhood, my first real favorite band, that I felt that it was time for a rehash, because I haven't had a rehash since we got that DVD.
Right.
Whenever that came out. And this rehash has been really incredible.
It has been. I'm really glad that I realized that there's at least 8 Pixies tunes that I can't just forget exist.
Right. Yeah.
Because I do like them,
Yeah.
even though they're later.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to listen to the newer albums. If they're really good, let us know. If you listened to this whole thing, you really like the Pixies.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great one.